The Warriors made that Rockets series way too interesting. They should have gone ahead and gentlemen swept them, but they allowed it to go 7 games. One thing that remains true: GOAT Curry is the greatest Game 7 player of all time. Last night, they shut him down. They didn't shut him down the first half. If you watch the game, Steph was on ball. They would send a double team. He dumps it to the next man, and that man is passing for assist every time. Steph Curry probably had 10 hockey assists the entire first half, but he had 0 points. Do you know why? That's what great players do. Great players don't force shots for themselves when they're not there. Great players play the game to win. Stephen Curry plays every game to win, and that's why he's so great. That's why the Warriors win so much. His mentality, the way he plays the game, and the way that he thinks through basketball is unlike any other player that we've ever seen. So yes, Stephen Curry had 0 points in the first half last night. Second half, he ended up with 22. He went crazy. He said, "There's going to be an opportunity in this game for me to get my shots because that's the way that basketball works. But for right now, let me get my teammates involved. Let me get my teammates involved. And then when it's time for Goat Curry to explode, Goat Curry will explode." And that's what he did last night. You need to remember who Stephen Curry is. He is the greatest point guard to ever play basketball by a mile. He is a Game 7 demon, and he's going to win the 2025 NBA championship. Jonathan Kuminga just shoots himself in the foot every single time that he steps on the court. It's easy to look at Jonathan Kuminga and say, why is he not playing? But then every time he gets in the game, he's a detriment to the team. He goes in, he looks for his own shot immediately. It's like you haven't been playing 5 games this series and you're just going to go look for your shot. We don't need you to shoot. That's the reason that you haven't been in the games. Everything that Kuminga does is selfish and he doesn't finish, so it looks even worse. He's not scoring, his defense is mediocre, and every minute that he puts on film is shortening his NBA career. Jonathan Kuminga is hurting himself when he goes out there and he's not prepared. So, what's going on with this kid? Steve Kerr isn't at fault for benching him. Steve Kerr realized, hey, Jonathan Kuminga might not even be an NBA player. Anthony Edwards' kryptonite has always been Stephen Curry. During his entire career against the Warriors, he's 8-9. In a few of those games, Steph didn't play, and in all of those games, the Warriors hadn't had Jimmy Butler yet. The Warriors match up perfectly with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Mike Conley matches up with Steph, so Steph doesn't have to play defense. We have a guy who can guard Jimmy Butler, or we have a guy who can guard Anthony Edwards, either Moses Moody, Jimmy Butler, or Draymond Green. Draymond Green gets to match up with Julius Randle, and Rudy Gobert cannot score. So the Warriors are allowed to play small ball. The Minnesota Timberwolves are a perfect matchup for the Golden State Warriors. That's why they've always struggled playing Golden State. The Minnesota Timberwolves are 8-9 against the Timberwolves are 8-9 against the Warriors during their time with Anthony Edwards, and that's the best that the T-Wolves have ever been. So when you look at them playing the Warriors in a playoff series, how are you now going to put 4 games out of 7 in a row when you haven't done that for 5 years? The Warriors will beat the Minnesota Timberwolves in a 6 game series. I don't think that the Warriors are going to let another series go 7. I'm sorry. The Oklahoma City Thunder finally get their first test in the playoffs when they go against the Denver Nuggets. The perfect part, the Denver Nuggets have won an NBA championship. They have the best player walking planet Earth right now, and they're more of a veteran crew than the Thunder. So when you talk about the Thunder are too young, the Thunder aren't good enough, and the Thunder aren't ready for the playoffs, I think that we're going to see everything that we need to find out about the Oklahoma City Thunder in this series. If the Thunder can dominate the Nuggets, if they sweep them, gentlemen sweep them, they legitimately could win the NBA title. If the Nuggets take them to 7 games, then the Thunder aren't ready. The Nuggets have the advantage in the series over the Oklahoma City Thunder because the Nuggets have been there before, they have veterans, and the Nuggets have more defined roles on their team. The guys who play their roles on their team, they know who's going to score, they know who's going to shoot, they know who's going to create the offense. Oklahoma City does not have that. Oklahoma City relies on its team during the regular season, it's team basketball, right? Get all these guys these shots, it's going to be fun. During the NBA playoffs, you need to shorten your lineup and define the roles for the players on your team. The Oklahoma City Thunder have yet to do that. They didn't do that against the Grizzlies, and that's why you've heard the Grizzlies players coming out after the series saying, "Pretty sure that we had them. We were going to win that series." The Thunder, not only from a playing perspective, is young, but their coaches don't know what they're doing in the NBA playoffs just yet. And that's what the Denver Nuggets are going to expose. Everything that the Nuggets are going to do in this series, they already know what's going to happen. They already have it planned out. They probably had one sit down meeting and all of the players were on the same page. For OKC, it's not like that. It's going to be a completely different ball game. This is going to be one of their very first real playoff series.